Good evening, fellow geeks. Welcome back to our next episode of Ryuutama, our fun little Japanese-inspired fantasy / Oregon Trail RPG. It's a blast. We're having so much fun with it. We're joined by Matt once again, being a delightful guest as always. And without further ado, I think we're going to jump right back into gameplay. So, the next day, which is the third day of spring where we are at, a blue and silver bird soared low through the air in the morning air, its wings carving arcs of light across the sky, heavy with the scent of coming rain. With a final swoop, it slipped beneath the boughs of the great arching tree, bent like a gate between the world of the ordinary and the world of magic. As feathers touched moss, the bird shimmered into a tall, elegant figure cloaked in long robes of sapphire mist. His ivory horns curled back from his brow like polished marble, and silver hair spilled across his shoulders in loose waves. Arendor the Azure Ryujin smiled softly as he stepped back into his quiet glade. At the center of his secluded home, nestled amongst glowing crystals and flowering ferns, the baby dragon sat alert. Its silver scales glinted in the soft light, and its eyes followed him with eager anticipation, an amber feeding bowl clutched in its tiny claws. "You're already hungry," Arendor chuckled, brushing a strand of hair behind one horn. "Well, you'll enjoy this one." He approached his writing desk, where a suspended field of gentle magic shimmered around Malix's travel journal, quietly borrowed and just as quietly to be returned. He cracked it open, and with a wave of his hand, the entries began to glow, swirling into luminous script as he spoke. The party wandered onward and found something truly magical. A quiet orchard tucked between the hills, glowing with crystal apples. No maps led them there, just their hearts and, I suppose, maybe me. He looked back at the baby dragon, who waited patiently, eyes unblinking. They met her there. Nafa, the tortoise woman? Steady but kind, and of course no fool. She made no offer as she usually doesn't. The apples only go to those who wait for the full day in peace. He turned a page. Enter Thalen. Ugh. A charming rogue, I suppose, camping on the edge of things. Already several apples richer and none the wiser for it. He stirred that group like a spoon in a simmering pot. Most were wary, but one of them was curious. With a flick of his fingers, a summoned hazy image of Shia, chatting with Thalen at his camp, tasting some of the stolen apples, and then slipping into the orchard and quietly stealing some for herself. She took some, gave them to the others, but none dared a bite. The rest made amend in quiet ways, a meal cooked for Nafa, or fruit left for the forest children. The baby dragon shifted, tail curling tighter. Only Shia tasted the magic for herself, Arendor murmured, and only she dreamt poorly. I might have made sure of that. He closed the journal gently and glanced to the sky through a crystalline skylight up above. They did make peace with Thalen of sorts, shared maps, shared parting words. He now walks towards Serenris Reach, and they now have the location of Lirenfall. Let us hope they stay away from that dreadful place. Arendor laid a hand on the floating journal. "Malix, you are quite the chronicler," he mused, "even if your human-made paper is a bit leafy." He winked at the baby dragon. "And yes," he said, sliding the journal into a waiting magical ripple to return it secretly to Malix, "I know plagiarism isn't polite, but it's just as nutritious for you." The dragon rumbled with amusement as the travelogue filled its bowl with golden light. "Lastly," Arendor added as he walked to the window, "our quiet farmer has tamed a dreamhoof banya. I wonder if she'll figure out its special gift. Let us hope so for the sake of the story." He looked out at the sky, rain clouds looming in the distance like forgotten titans stirring awake. "Today brings a storm," he said, voice softening. "A nasty one. Let's hope they survive their first big storm." With a final gesture, he activated his glowing crystal once more and tucked it beside the window. A quiet ward meant only to shimmer the moments of mortal danger. They're clever, but still fragile. He gave a long, thoughtful look to the clouds. May the story carry them until they're ready to bear its weight themselves. And with that, we jump back to your camp with all of you waking up to an alarming crash of thunder. I don't know if you guys are keeping watch or if anybody is still awake, But we are going to start the day with a pretty nasty rainstorm imminently approaching. So I'll toss it out to you guys to roleplay. Before we jump to roleplay, should we roll our condition checks for the day?
Okay. All right.
See how everybody's feeling on this alarming morning? So as a reminder, I don't know if anybody has any modifiers or spells or anything they want to cast for the start of the day, but everybody's going to roll strength plus spirit. And I believe you have something that you can do. You have a cooking to potentially boost everybody's condition, right, Malix?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got my trail cooking to do that. Should I roll that first?
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll that, and then we'll know how breakfast goes and how everybody's feeling, and we can jump to the narrative. Shia, as a reminder, you have a condition, you have a status of shocked because you had some horrible, horrible dreams last night. And so you have a chance to potentially not be affected by it. If your condition is underneath your status value, you will keep that for the day. Your status will only go away once your condition meets it for the day.
I need to get a 10, right?
A 10. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I rolled a 4.
Yum.
You rolled a 4, and let's see, what's your check that you're rolling against again?
I don't know.
Let's take a
Topography?
look at your sheet. Against topography. Okay, let's see. Trail cooking. All right, so let's see what the topography is for today. Now, notably, when you guys wake up, the orchard is gone, as is Thalen. So it is just your little camp in some open grasslands for today. So your topography where you're at the moment is going to be grassland, which is a base of 6, and it is hard rain this morning, which is a modifier of +3. So you're looking for a 9. I will say, so I should mention this. So I have my benediction for the day, and it's not the same as last time. Last time you guys had the little fun, wholesome tokens you were handing out. My benediction for today is pretty simple. I have fortune up, which means any of you can ask me, you can bargain for me to say, can I just have a critical success for this roll before I roll it? Before you roll it. And I can say yes, once per session. So,
wow. Okay.
if there's something that you guys really want to succeed on, say, can we have the fortune, please?
Shia's like, I really want to recover. Can I please roll a critical success?
And he's going to say, no,
No.
you take your consequences.
You'll never know unless you ask.
He just wants you to ask so he can say no.
Yeah, I know. I'm not playing into this hand. You can't fool me.
What do I use my fumble points on again?
So you can
Right.
concentrate with them, which is a +1 for you, but you cannot use it on condition, damage, or initiative.
Okay, sounds good.
Can I concentrate on my condition check?
That's one of the ones I just listed that you cannot.
Okay, because when we first rolled badly, you were like, "Oh, let me tell you about concentration."
Yeah, I was. It made me think of I should probably tell you
Okay,
this
got
in
it,
case
got
that
it.
keeps happening.
Okay.
Yeah,
Other question. You said the orchard was gone?
it's gone.
So what, are we just in a field?
Yep, just a field.
Does the road and everything look the same? Or no, we weren't
does.
we were on a road, right? We were on a road?
On and off.
Okay. Everything else
Mhm.
looks the same, it's just not there anymore.
Yep, you even see like the remnants of Thalen's camp, but he's gone.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like, how bad is this rain? Is it like a drizzle or it's like a sideways downpour?
So it's like you guys wake up to some strong thunder and the clouds come rolling in pretty aggressively. And by the time that like you guys would be starting breakfast, it's coming down hard. This is a very heavy rainstorm.
So basically, I tried to start a fire for the ration cooking. I couldn't keep it going. Everything started getting soggy. I tried to sprinkle on a little seasoning on top of the trail rations, but it got all clumpy and more wet, and it didn't really sprinkle. It just became hard little bits and wet bits of consolidated seasoning, and it wasn't very good, and Malix is embarrassed to hand it over.
Oh no.
Does it it doesn't hamper our check, does it? It just doesn't help?
She didn't crit fail, so no.
Okay.
She can make them disgusting if she crit fails.
Well, they're not disgusting, Malix.
At least yeah. That's something at least. Yay!
So, Quartermaster, go ahead and -4 from your rations for the day. None of them are delicious, so none of your condition checks are boosted. So, what did everybody get for their conditions?
Ooh, I didn't
Bad.
roll it yet.
Really bad.
Crit. Was it 4 or lower?
It was 4. I didn't critically fail, or like on the dice.
4 is the bad zone, though.
Yeah, it's not good.
Let's see what happens on a 4. I'm trying to remember.
10.
10 is the really good zone.
I crit.
Nice.
You crit?
I rolled
nice.
2 4s.
Shia transferred
Let's go.
her condition onto Cass.
So after passing out all the meals to everybody, Malix runs over to Ruffle and like shuffles through all of her stuff before tucking a wrapped package underneath her elbow and then hurrying over to Yang's tent where she kind of does like a little tap tap. Yang, can I come in?
Yeah. It's just you, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's she glances over at the rest of the party. Yep, just me.
Okay, yeah. Come on in.
Zoop, zoop. She steps in and zips it up quickly behind her. Okay, I brought you a raincoat.
Oh, it's raining out there?
Yeah, that's the sound on your tent. That sounds like someone's just like dribbling rocks all over it. I don't know how
I
to
thought
describe
someone was
that.
throwing beans or something.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's why it's cold, and there's no sun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty miserable today. Alright, can I sit in here for a bit while I cast a spell? I've got something for this, but
Yeah, of course.
I've never actually done it before.
Oh, can I watch, or would you like privacy?
No, you can watch. It's actually a ritual.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna try on this raincoat.
The raincoat, I think, is the nicest secondhand raincoat you can possibly get.
Oh my gosh.
If somebody has spent time, like doing little embroideries along the edge, and like the buttonholes are extra fancy, but it obviously looks like it's been worn before.
Yang is ecstatic because he's thinking this must have been a coat worn by the greatest of travelers. Malix, did you do this little sunflower thing right here?
Koro Pakuru cute leaf. She's so involved in her little ritual. Koro Pakuru cute leaf.
Sunflower?
Oh, I almost mispronounced it. You can't distract me right now, Yang.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, I just wanted to say I think you're doing a really good job.
Really?
Yeah, I know that you keep like putting on all that bravado, but you probably don't have to. Like your dad's not around.
Yeah, you're right. He isn't around. I'm free. Okay. Thank you, Malix. I appreciate it.
I didn't do anything.
No, you did. You did. I've been thinking about him a lot. Last night before going to sleep, I just felt like talking with that guy that was just kind of looming over me. But I mean, I probably won't have to see my dad for a while, and I don't have to worry about it right now.
And like when you get back, you're going to be the Yang, the one who led this expedition.
Yeah.
So just like you're doing a great job so far. There's no reason to think that you're not going to continue.
Thank you, Malix. You're amazing.
Shut up, man.
No,
It's all good.
You're awesome. Do you wait, maybe can I hang on. And Yang is gonna unzip the tent and be like, Cass, Shia, there's something amazing going on in here. Come check it out.
What are you doing, man?
You've always been great at this kind of stuff. I think everyone should see.
You guys just kind of sheltering from the rain in your tents and stuff this morning?
Yeah, just while I cast this hour-long ritual.
Yeah, let's just watch for an hour, guys.
I think Shia's pacing in the other tent back and forth. I don't know if Cass is in there, but maybe that's making Cass dizzy.
Cass is...
Quick mechanical note. You do not... So 4 is bad. It's in like the realms of bad, but you don't lower anything unless you actually crit fail, Tori.
Okay.
Katie, you don't automatically recover your condition, your status on a crit. You still have to hit the number, but you don't suffer it for today.
So I don't get the
it.
minus. I delay it.
You don't get the minus for
She's
today.
like, I'm shocked, but I'll deal with that later.
And if somebody tries to treat it today through first aid, then it's easier, but none of you have that capacity. So no healers in the group.
I think Cass is not doing that well this morning because she stayed up really late. Like a kid on Christmas. She was so excited about her new animal. She stayed up really late, just like riding it around and like just studying it. And yeah, she did not get a full night's rest, and then she slept late this morning, which stressed her out because she's in charge of like packing everything up. So it was just like a crazy morning. And despite spending most of the night with her new animal friend, she has not been able to come up with a name, or a name that felt like the right name for this beautiful creature. So that's also weighing on her. It's an important step in her mind, and so she's frazzled, she's tired, and preoccupied. So she kind of brushes off your invitation, Yang. Like, she's still gathering supplies and also trying to get stuff out of the rain and pack it onto Ruffle before it gets ruined. Yeah, I'll come check it out in a second. I'm sure it's great. I'll be right over.
Yeah, it's Malix. It's gonna be fantastic.
And then Cass is further upset because she's missing something amazing that Malix is doing, but she can't neglect her duties, and now Malix is going to think that Cass doesn't care what cool thing she's doing, and it's not a good morning for Cass.
That's rough. That's really hard. You want to know what you're missing out on?
Is it more cute leaf chanting?
Oh, so much cute leaf chanting. She had like little magic seeds form on this little paper in front of Malix, because she's sitting cross-legged in front of this paper and focusing on it. And then the seeds begin to sprout and grow astronomically large as she kind of guides them out the front of the tent. And these are humongous umbrella leaves, and they give us a +1 versus rain.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wait, like on our what check? Just like,
I don't know, it just says +1 versus rain.
So it's any check against the topography, you get a +1.
I should have done it before cooking.
Oh, the rain penalty basically, instead of being a +3 to the topography, is now only a +2. And then Yang, your travel checks will get a boost from your raincoat as well.
are these like out of Animal Crossing? I'm picturing little like leaf umbrellas.
Oh man, I was picturing it like right out of My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Both good.
It's so cute.
Adorable. Excellent. All right. Well, as you guys have, your breakfast, it's not disgusting.
It's not
Maybe-
disgusting. It's
maybe
just
a
not very
little
good.
Fumble. And you get your nice umbrellas, and kind of helps with the rain. Like, it's still pretty awful. Like, this is some bad weather. Traveling looks like it's going to be yucky. Mapper, what's the plan today? Are you guys going to attempt to travel? Are you guys going to shelter in place during the storm? If you're traveling, what direction are you headed?
Cass also flags for the group that we only have one ration left. Shy, I noticed you've been going out looking for extra food and stuff. I don't know if it's been quite enough to keep us sustained. Anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that maybe we should try and find some place we could get some more. Unless you think that maybe there's better hunting grounds somewhere near. I won't tell you how to do your job. Just wanted to let you know. And Cass kind of hefts the, like, close to empty bag of, like, you know, grain and whatever else they have for rations.
Speaking of rations, another thing that does happen during heavy rain, your water container can fully refill.
Nice.
As this is clean rain.
Awesome.
Shai is looking over the map at where the other city got marked and is now fully planning on avoiding that particular city from Thalen after her lovely night of nightmares. She looks up to where the Neko Goblin camp is, and she hears what Cass says. She thinks about it. She goes, I think we go to the Neko Goblins, and we could pick stuff up. I know hunting's been sparse, but there, we could get stuff.
That sounds like a good plan. Shia, excellent work.
She gives Yang just a thanks.
Now sneaks a little thumbs up towards Yang.
Yang returns the thumbs up with a second one too. He's trying to be his own type of leader now.
That's so cute.
Aw.
Okay.
I think we're going north then, right?
Yeah, okay.
The Neko Goblin camp is north.
Sure is.
Could you refresh
All right.
us, Chase, on what Thalen told us about the Neko Goblin camp? Or told Shia, I guess.
So we have to fight them. If we do a one-on-one combat against their warrior, then we will be able to trade with them. They've got a lot of stuff.
That's right.
Is that correct, Chase? They got
That's
stuff
what
that they'll
Thalen
trade
said,
with.
yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't really trust Thalen now. I don't. Anyway, Shia glances over. So, about that combat with the Neko Goblins, maybe. You know, that Thalen said. Did I mention this?
Combat?
Could have been while we were talking. So Thalen said that we might have to one-on-one fight one of the Neko Goblins. I'm doubting that now from you could call it a nightmare. Some might he's maybe a bad guy.
The Thalen or the Neko Goblin?
Thalen.
So, what about this combat?
He said
Did you dream about fighting Neko Goblins?
No, it was more of lots of fire and violence, and maybe Thalen causing a lot of it?
You mean like how he was saying that he wouldn't tell us where he lived because maybe an army would come to destroy? Like maybe he's going to bring an army to Sarensworth Reach to destroy?
Yes.
And
Okay,
we're
so
wasting our time fighting Neko Goblins?
No, I'm saying maybe we don't have to.
Maybe we need to just make peace with Thalen City and just make sure that doesn't happen. What was it called? Leyrenfall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could try. It'll take longer, and we do need supplies, though. Like
Is
Cass
the
said.
Neko Goblin camp towards Leyrenfall?
Yes.
mechanically for all of you, the Neko Goblin camp, according to the crayon map that you received, is in area B4, and Lyrenfall is in area D3, according to Thalen.
I'd hate all these qualifiers Chase is laying out before us. He's like, so just remember that you're just trusting information that you found, and if you get there and there's nothing there, don't be mad.
Don't be mad because I said allegedly and you didn't listen.
So, what about the Neko Goblins, and what does Thalen have to do with fighting goblins? I'm sorry, I'm real tired. My brain's not... I wasn't following you.
It's bad dream. Bad dream, probably just a dream. Hey, Yang.
Yes.
What direction did the bluebird go?
There's no telling from this point. I mean, like, it was heading... When you were in Serenus Reach, it was heading northeast. But
Okay. Yeah.
you lost it a long time ago.
Unfortunately, I didn't see one this morning. Maybe because of the rain. So, I think, we go with the original plan because we need food. We can stop here. If we have to fight Shia, I think you'd be great at that. But then once we've supplied, we can go ease diplomatic relations.
Yeah, okay.
Yang, don't you have a spell that would help in like a one-on-one combat? I think we learned that ritual together, right?
Yes. Shia, if you are willing to spend an hour with me, I can cast a protective magic upon you.
Sure.
It'll last all day.
Oh.
Cass, I'll help you pack up camp. We can just break down Yang's tent last.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna lie down for just a minute.
Take a nap. I'll start.
Cass just sets up a very fast makeshift shelter from the rain to just get a few extra minutes of snoozing in.
I like that you built a whole other shelter instead of just staying in the same tent with.
I'm assuming
Yang and Shia.
that by this time Cass had already packed up their tent because we were gonna hit the road, and now Yang's like, let me just have another hour to do this. So Cass is like, okay, that's fine.
I'll say Yang might, amidst all that, might be like, Malix, just in case that Thalen fella is wrong about it being one fighter, maybe you could cast one on Cass as well, since the Cass is super strong.
Yeah, I could do that. I will only be able to heal one time after they're done with combat then, though. I'm running a little low on my stores, my magic stores, since I cast the other spell today.
That's a good point. Okay, maybe we
Whatever
can hold
you think
off
is best,
until...
though, Yang. If you think we can get by with just one cure later, then I can do it.
No, maybe we'll play it by ear.
Okay.
We might be able to scout it out. If it ends up being a 2v2 situation, then we'll do it. We'll stall. I'll stall. I can talk with them.
Whatever you say, boss.
Okay.
And can Malix and Yang do a little teeny tiny secret handshake? Just like a bop,
Yes.
bop, bop.
I love that.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'd give you a wholesome token if I had one.
Don't you
I mean,
have
a lot
unlimited
coming from
supply?
wholesome dad
yeah,
gamer.
I was gonna say.
No, I didn't put that
Oh.
benediction out today.
Aren't you the
okay,
creator of wholesome tokens, though? Isn't that kind of like...
Didn't prepare
Like your
that
whole
spell today,
brand.
sorry.
Yeah, it's like shriek bucks, wholesome tokens.
All right, so you guys are casting a ritual, taking down camp. So even the umbrellas are keeping everybody comfy enough for now. And you guys are heading north?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that was, what was the ritual that you cast? Did you mention already?
So I'm casting Round Reflection. This, it creates a round pale barrier that protects the target. And, Shia, you'll receive the benefit of 3 defense points, minus 3 damage from enemy attacks.
That's huge.
It's huge.
So we go to travel checks. You guys finish your ritual. You've got a protective barrier, Shia, and you guys are traveling north. Now, this starts off as some pretty easy grassland, but as you head north, you can see that you guys are actually heading into a forest. Pretty thick one at that. So, for our travel checks, our topography is going to be a little more difficult.
But
So,
not as
woods.
difficult with the umbrellas.
Indeed.
Thanks,
Now, this is
Alex.
not quite enough to count as deep forest, but it's woods technically. So that is going to be a base of 8. The bad weather is 3, so the total check is 9. You guys get a +1 for the umbrella. Yang, you get a +1 for your raincoat. Shia, I think you may be wearing something that gives you a bonus in forests, if I'm not mistaken.
My cloak does forest.
Right.
Chase, if I'm riding my Dreamhoof Banya, does that do a thing?
Yes, as long as the terrain is level 2 or lower, you get a +1 while on a mount, and this is level 2 terrain. So,
Yes. Okay, excellent.
and your Dream of Banya is so comfy; it makes you even feel like a little bit like drowsy.
Cass
because
was
it just-
already drowsy. That's why
Yeah.
she wanted to ride the mount today specifically, 'cause she really needs a nap.
That's so cute.
So everybody consider your bonuses, and you're rolling strength plus dex for your travel check. The target is a 9.
11.
Hey, you're okay. You take no damage while traveling, Alex. I don't think you ever
Why?
have.
Are we allowed to concentrate travel checks?
Yes, you are.
Okay, sick.
Dang it.
Oh, no,
I missed
Katie.
it by 1.
It's luckily not bad enough to be a crit fail, though. So that's okay.
Good thing we're not playing Pathfinder crit fail rules.
Borderline.
We are struggling
Okay, so who got below a 9?
by 1.
Okay, so your hit points are halved for the day.
Cool.
Rounded down on this one.
I think I have yet to succeed a travel check. My strength
The
is
road's
good,
a bit tougher
too.
than a farm.
Apparently.
So yeah, what's the struggle, Cass and Shia?
I mean, I think we have detailed it. It's freaking raining cats and dogs, and and there's no more road, and we're picking our way through thick trees, and yeah, I mean, what is there to?
Well, there's-
what good is there? In
What
that
good is there?
travel check?
There's also, because Shia was so startled from the nightmares, she keeps jumping at the cracks and the dark in the forest. So then she's trying not to flail and failing at doing such, and she's just so
Oof.
unsure and freaked out.
I also think that Cass is trying to share her single leaf umbrella with her Banya that she's riding and Ruffle. She can't decide who she'll see one of them getting really drenched, and so she'll let them have a turn with the umbrella for a while, and then yeah, it's not fun.
That's
And
so
then
funny.
cut quickly to Yang and Malix because they're just playing. It's like
Yeah.
this warm glow around the two of them, just having a good time. Malix keeps filling up her umbrella with water and then dumping it on their raincoat over Yang, so it just splashes
Yeah.
everywhere. And then she goes running through the rain, laughing, so he can't get her back because she's not wearing a raincoat.
Which is in
man.
turn startling Shia more because it's more noises.
Oh man, that's so good. All right, so that's how the traveling goes. Now, Shia, you're leading. So is anybody helping you lead today, or are you still being stubborn, Shia?
Still being stubborn? I don't know. Let's see.
because we do now have a camp check. Not a camp check. I'm skipping a direction check, which is int plus int to find your destination.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not suffering from being too shocked. Just my everything else is bad. This is one I can concentrate on, right?
It is. Yep. Everything except condition, initiative, and
Okay.
damage.
So I'm gonna use
Dang.
a fumble point.
Shia looks like she's a little stressed.
Oh, Shia, is there
Huh?
any way I can assist?
Hold on, we're going in. Why is this map so
We
wet?
passed this tree already, I swear.
No, Cass, shut up! I'm looking at the map. It's fun.
Did you know that Yang has a cool spell for that?
Yeah, so in the last few days, I've been trying to model this after yours, Shia. And Yang is gonna cast Arrow Compass to create a magical compass in the same style as Shia's that has like a little crack on it and everything. But in this case, Yang is gonna like hand this magical compass over and say, maybe this might help.
Oh. Wow, you learned this?
Yeah, I saw I saw yours and I thought, okay, if I want to be able to travel and be strong in the wilderness, I have to follow the lead of someone who's strong, who's good in the wilderness. So yeah, I made this. I don't really know how to use it, so I leave that up to you.
Oh,
But
yeah, well, here I'll show you. You have to figure out where the north is, and
okay.
then you just kind of follow it from there. Does this add bonuses, or are you assisting me?
There's a +1 to direction checks with it.
Yep. So that'll apply to everybody, including if somebody's gonna help, like actually assist, they'll also get a +1 on their assist.
What is the checks to this?
Int plus int, and it's versus the topography, so we're trying to hit that 9.
Assist me, Yang.
And your your clothing will not help with this one.
Yeah.
My int is pretty good.
Yeah.
Do it, Yang.
Assist. Shia's teaching.
Let's go. And I would like to concentrate on this because Yang really wants to learn how to be an experienced woodsman.
Nice. So with your concentrate and your compass, you're at a +2, and you need a 5 to help Shia.
Okay.
If you fail, you roll
15 to help Shia.
Oh,
Nice.
Hey.
so close to a crit.
Do I get the +1 as well on the? Well, I'm gonna concentrate at least.
So concentrate will give you a +1. The compass will give you a
Okay,
+1,
cool.
and Yang will give you a +1. And then also remember for everybody, a crit is either the highest number on both dice, or if both dice are a 6. I don't think anybody's gotten that yet, but keep it in mind.
If both
12.
dice are a 6?
If both dice are a 6, that's also a crit.
Okay. 12? Is that what you said, Katie?
All right, that's a success. Look at you go.
Yay! We did a thing!
That's a tough one.
Yang's comforting presence, and Shia is so touched that he duplicated her broken compass that she uses for jokes.
Let's go.
So, you guys find your way through these woods, and you are on target. Now, it's not a crit success, so you're going to be reaching this place towards like the end of the day. So you won't have much time left to do things for this day. Sun is getting ready to go down, as little of the sun as you can see through the woods in the rain. But as you guys approach, the air smells of wood smoke, wet moss, and fish roasted in old clay jars. You hear a village before you see it. Flutes made of hollow bones, laughter like cat screeches, and the rhythmic jump of feet pounding on taut animal hide drums. Then through the trees you see bridges strung between knotted trunks like spider webs made of rope and vine. Above them, huts woven from bark, furs, and colorful silks looted from some long-forgotten trade caravan. You see Neko Goblins prowling the platforms with twitching tails, ceramic jars perched atop their heads like trophies. Some painted, some cracked, and some even glow faintly, but all seem quite precious to the Neko Goblins wearing them on their heads. Now, these don't look like the creatures you saw before. The creatures you saw before looked more like little kittens. Those were Kanoko Goblins. These ones look more like your typical cat folk that you would see in another RPG, so they're quite elegant. They are human-sized. They look more like larger cats than little house cats, most of them. And although they have kind of an elegant look to them, these ones are all wearing kind of like barbaric clothing. Leathers, bones. They look a bit more primitive than your typical civilized folk. But all of them still wear jars atop their heads like the little Kanoko Goblins. So you guys see that ahead, and you're reaching the front of this village. Are you guys going to attempt to enter the village, or are you guys going to camp out for the night before you go try to introduce yourselves?
Shia looks at Yang.
I think we should introduce ourselves. I mean, I would hate to sleep here and then, be trespassing on someone's land.
Yeah, I'd make sure we're friends before we sleep near them for sure.
Absolutely.
If we're potentially gonna go straight into a fight, Yang, do you think I should heal Shia first?
Oh, yeah.
Shia probably does look pretty battered.
Fine.
You're bleeding from the thighs down. I don't know if you walked through briars or
I
what's
didn't
going
even see
on.
that.
But
Hi.
so I'm just gonna boop. Cure touch.
Look at all those mental points go into such good use from these magic types.
I really,
Let's go.
really hope I recover my mana tonight. Okay, I roll my int, I do believe.
And this is the thing you can concentrate on if you want to boost it.
Who it is?
Don't have to, but you can.
Yeah, I'll use one of my fumble points.
You got it, +1.
+1. Roll 1d6 +1. 7 healings.
Very nice. It's probably most of your damage.
Wow, we had pretty good synergy today.
Oh. Yeah, man, thanks. I feel a lot better.
I'm glad. Good luck. Thank you for being willing to put your, life on the line so that we can trade with the Neko Goblins.
Yeah, easy. Yang, should we...
Yes. Let's onward and upward.
Onward and upward.
So you guys can see as you approach the entrance of the town, there is like a ramp, a taut roped ramp leading up to basically their village is up in the trees, connected by rope bridges and huts.
Cass is not going up there.
Yeah, Cass is staying down.
I'm not going to take Ruffle up there. Are you kidding me? Cass, there's no way Cass is taking Ruffle up that ramp and into the trees. And she definitely doesn't feel comfortable leaving Ruffle alone with all of these Neko Goblins around. So we march up to the village and Cass, I don't know what Cass thought because she saw them up in the trees, but she didn't really make the connection that we're going up there. So then when they come to their big ramp, Cass just stops dead in her tracks atop her banya and with Ruffle. Yeah, I'm good here. I'm a stay down here with Ruffle on the ground.
And as Cass is talking and you guys are getting closer, you can see that there are tons, as the light's getting lower, as the sun is going down, you guys just see tons of yellow eyes turn to you, reflecting off of the torchlight of the town. And you can clearly see that the Neko Goblins have seen your approach. And a little squadron of them is going to start marching down the ramp towards you.
I can craft a real quick white flag and wave it. One of my many handkerchiefs.
So many
Yes.
handkerchiefs.
You hear one of them shout, "Outsiders with pretty clean boots."
Hello, and yes, this is a pretty cool coat as well.
Now they are all armed, most of them with either daggers or axes, and you can see there's some bows up in the roost that are not like aimed at you, but they could potentially be ready to. Humans.
We come
You
in
mean
peace.
harm?
No harm.
Why wave white flag? What is that?
It's a symbol of peace, like we come in peace.
That's stupid. You'll meet with Chiefess Yara Fangjar. Now, come with us.
Okay.
Cass kind of like backs up a little bit. I'm gonna just stay right here with my cow. Is that cool with y'all?
We have stables.
Okay, I'll stay.
Come with us, you.
Okay.
Yang is gonna hold up a hand. One moment. We will meet this Yara Fangjar, but just 1 second. And Yang is gonna go up to Malix and say, I want to make sure that we're all safe. So, would you go with Cass? Because I feel like, two twos, buddy system. So then if anything happens, then we've got each other's backs.
Yeah, of course. There's a moment where Malix pauses because it's weird for Malix to not have Yang's back. Whatever you think, boss.
Thank you, Malix. I appreciate you.
Go kick some ass.
You too.
And I'll walk over to Cass. I'm gonna grab her hand.
Cass, where's your jackalope?
Slipper is usually in my pocket, and I imagine has been exclusively in my pocket today on this day of rain.
Okay. Does like the face poke out of the pocket or anything? Like, is it visible or is it fully hidden?
That's a good question. I think that typically Slipper does sometimes poke out, but I think given the nature of the situation, Cass is always very conscious of her animals. So I think she makes an effort to keep Slipper in her pocket. She remembers how interested the little goblins were in that bunny that hopped across the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And so Cass does not feel like testing that theory with a jackalope and full Neko Goblins.
You do hear like a loud purr, Cass, and you can see that one of the Neko Goblins is eyeing your pocket, licking their lips.
Yeah, Cass is going to keep her hand on that pocket. She doesn't have enough hands, Malix. Like you go to grab her hand, and she looks like kind of because she was just like looking to Ruffle, and then like her Banya, and then Slipper, and then you grab her hand. She's like kind of taken out for a moment, and she looks. Are you coming with me? You can. It's okay. I just wanted to stay with Ruffle. I don't know what's gonna go down in a stable in a place like this. So, but I don't want to separate you from your.
Hey, Cass. You don't have to worry that much. It's okay.
Okay. Well, would you mind just holding on to Ruffle's rope for a time?
Of course.
All right. She lets you hold on to Ruffle so that she can keep holding your hand.
Oh, yay!
And I assume the Banya is good and will just follow us confidently.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. So they split your group, and this little battalion, a couple of them lead you down below the trees, and then Yang and Shia, you were led up the ramp. So those of you that are led down below, there is like quite a few like tarps and stuff that are tied below the trees to make nice shelter here. So you guys get some good refuge from the rain. And they do have a little fenced off area with a wide variety of animals. None of them that you have ever seen before. And they'll gesture, and sitting by like a little 3-walled hut with an open face towards the stables, you can see that there is a very old-looking Neko Goblin. Eyes are kind of cataract, and she is in a rocking chair, just doing some like crafting with some leather, and they gesture. Animals go there. Grandma Clatterpot will watch them. And this old Neko Goblin is rocking in a rocking chair. You hear like something rattling in her little clay pot on her head.
No offense, but how does she keep an eye on the animals?
You want my secrets? You bring me singing clay.
Malix, what is singing clay? I ain't never heard of that.
Can I know what singing clay is as a crafter?
You No, you would not know. You've never heard of it before.
Is it?
This would be something that would require a refined education.
Nuts.
Yang, we need you! I pull out my Rocky Talkie.
Yeah. Yang, what is singing clay? Over.
I wish I had one so bad. I know that's probably not even a thing in this game.
There could be magic.
You may both be seated.
Do the animals in the pen all look gentle?
Yeah, let me tell you the animals that you see in the pen. So in the pen, you see they look like little house cats that are frolicking around that also have little clay jars on their heads. Not like the kitten Neko Goblins. They are like on all fours, look like house cats. There's also some shaggy tusked beasts with mossy ridges on their backs, and it looks like they attract moths. Like they glow slightly on their backs. The moss seems to glow, and there's a bunch of moths going around them. They don't look like they're attacking any of the other creatures. And then there's a very, very large creature in there that is kind of like a big, low-slung lizard beast with wooden scales and a burbling throat, kind of like a toad. That one doesn't look aggressive, but it does look a little bit imposing.
Well, Cass does not feel as if they are really in a position to argue a lot with these Neko Goblins, so she's going to cautiously lead Ruffle and Herbanya to the pen. Gauging Ruffle's, feel for the, if he's okay to go in and, hang there, she'll be more comfortable with it. She won't force her animals, though, but if they're chill with it, then she'll let them go.
Yeah, they don't mind. You put the animals in there, and then the armed guards still kind of stay near. You stay here till Chiefess gives approval.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere. Don't you worry about that. I'm sticking right here so I can watch those two.
Good. All right. And then we will cut back to Shia and Yang. You guys are led up through a pretty nice little village. You cross many huts, and you can see that there are artisans, and you can see that there is a tavern, and this is like a whole little, it's not like a huge city like Serenus Reach, but this is definitely a functional town. And they bring you up to a center platform in the middle of all the trees that has a large open-faced hut with a decorative throne and a little fenced-in arena in the center of the platform. And sitting in the throne, you can see that there's a very tall, black-furred Neko Goblin draped in wolf pelts. And the jar on her head is obsidian black with a fang pattern painted onto it. And she stands as you guys approach, and they bring you before her. Who is this that approaches Yara Fangjar?
Greetings. I am, and in this moment, I'd like to ask Chase if I can use my my etiquette ability, due to long years of tutelage and experience in noble society, aware of the importance of proper etiquette when speaking to someone of rank or status, able to leave them with a positive impression of you when you win a contested etiquette check.
Yes, this is a target that would be eligible for your etiquette.
Go. Okay, because I'm trying, like, I'm not sure how much Yang would know as far as the Neko Goblin Society, but I imagine that Yang knows at least a bit of how to treat someone who's like the head of a place, like a leader. And so
Right.
whether it be a bow or like a kiss of the ring on the hand or whatever, Yang is gonna try to defer to like his expertise there to try to leave as good of a feeling with Yara as possible.
I love that. Let's go ahead and let's roll your etiquette and
Okay.
let's see how it turns out, and then we can tell you what you know about what would be like a proper greeting.
I'm gonna concentrate on this too. I want to. I'm basically gonna use all my stuff here.
I love that.
I feel like Yang just was like, yes, I am trained in ways of
Wait.
diplomacy, and that means I know exactly how to kiss ass.
Yes.
Matt, you don't forget about Chase's benediction today, too.
You
You
could
could
get a critical
argue for a
success.
critical success.
Oh my god.
I don't know if this is where you want to use it, but just
Oh,
that is on the table, maybe.
I don't know. I'm worried about our combat.
But
And
what if
so
you
there's
critically succeed and we don't even need a combat?
Yeah.
Okay, if y'all are on board, then Chase, I would like to kiss the ring on your finger and bow to you in favor of a critical success.
Yes, this pleases the Ryujin. Yeah, you can absolutely take the benediction, which will give you guys experience at the end of the session, and yeah, you can treat this one as a crit success.
Nice.
go.
What does Yang do? What
So-
does he decide to fall back on in his training?
So something notable that you would know with your refined education as well with this Yang is that you've probably read on Neko Goblins, because Neko Goblins are not just unique to this side of the rift. You had them back on your side as well. And though they have different societies and they can be some more civilized than others, they are a pretty primitive people generally that do enjoy some combat and some chaos. So shows of strength more than like fluffy, pretty talk would probably be better to them than, you know, your typical like noble.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm gonna use up so many of my points here. I imagine that Yang, in an effort to show that we're worthy of this alliance of sorts, Yang is gonna turn to Shia and say, "Follow my lead," and say to Yara, "We're all great warriors of the Lin Expedition from Serenus Reach, and we of course recognize the power and prowess of your society, of you, and to prove our dedication and skill." And then Yang is going to use some points and cause a snowball storm to occur in an area, to show off his own strength and power, and say, this is what we can do. I know it may pale in comparison to your exploits, but just so you know, we mean business too.
She nods, and they all kind of look alarmed with the snowball storm at first, and then she kind of gives a nod of approval, like impressed. Are you from Lyrenfall?
No. Never been.
So humans from elsewhere.
Yes.
You seem like powerful magic human, shaman.
Yes, I think you could say that. Though one of my allies is far more powerful than I when it comes to magic.
Impressive. Typically, it is custom for outsiders to battle with champion to prove that they are worthy of sticking around. But I have no interest in losing my champion to such powerful wizardry. So I suppose that you are granted temporary access to our home. Welcome to Greentail Roost.
We are grateful.
What is your purpose in this part of the woods?
We desire to trade. We are low on certain supplies, and we might have some of interest to you as well.
Be you merchants?
We dabble.
So if not from Lyrenfall, where do you hail and what brings you here?
Serenus Reach. From across the rift. We are the Lin Expedition.
There's like some bright eyes and some whispers that happen when you say you're from across the rift.
Yes, you might call us Rift Walkers. I wouldn't. I'm just saying. It sounds kind of cool, but we come from there, and we would like to, if you also desire, perhaps even establish a treaty if there are goods that we might be able to provide your society. We could exchange.
Mika, are these the legendary heroes that bested you?
Mika.
You see walking out from the darkness behind the throne, you see like the tiny little Neko Goblin come walking out and points and nods. Yeah, those are the ones.
Mika fought very valiantly.
So they said. They also tried to rob you in your sleep, and you had powerful magic wording from thievery.
Yes. Well, we're used to that kind of thing, so.
I am impressed. But no friend of the clan walks untested. But those who earn our song, they earn it forever. It's just typically not humans, as humans typically mean violence on our kind. If you do not mean to burn our villages, perhaps you should prove it.
Well, in our contest with Mika, as well as the rest of that squad, we felt that they were such strong and brave warriors that it would be a shame if either of us fell before we could fight at our greatest strength. And I'm sure that the rest of them can attest to the fact that we perhaps the battle swung in our favor, but we did not we weren't out for blood.
Very well. You may trade here for now. Of these treaties you speak in befriending with human towns, that may take a little bit of work. I will have to consider that. We have much that needs to be done around here, and we are low on warriors and capable shamans. Perhaps if you can prove to be a friend of Greentail Roost, we can talk about such treaties. I personally have a task that needs doing to the west, at the Shiverflow River. We need help building a bridge, but it's being besieged by undead. If you could help with that, I would consider you a clan friend. If that is not to your speed, there are many things around here that need to be done. You may speak to my clanmates and perhaps find a way to become helpful.
Excellent. You're very gracious. Thank you.
Yes, Yara knows this. For now, you may rest here for the night. You may trade freely. You may purchase things as needed. Just don't cause a commotion, or we will not hesitate to end you.
Understood.
Good. Tika, escort them to the inn. Gather their friends. Get them out of the rain and the cold. Tika nods. This seems to be the lead guard that's been putting you around. They're a pretty scrappy, skinny Neko Goblin, and they have 2 little tiny jars on their head instead of 1 big one.
Oh.
Rest well, new warriors. And she'll gesture you away.
That went pretty well, Shia.
That went. Wow, Yang. You did amazing.
Oh, thank you. Well, I was just a little inspired.
I could tell. Just, wow. You made sure that we could be here without fighting. We have to tell Malix and Cass.
Okay. You didn't happen to be looking forward to fighting, did you?
No. I'd rather not.
Okay. Whew.
Shia claps him on the back, as per usual.
A couple guards will notify, word will get back to Cass and Malix and let you know that you've been granted access to the town and that you can leave your animals here and that your friends are being led to one of the local inns. And then, really quick, we can decide how you guys want to meet up and how you want to role play, but let's talk about the mechanics of this. Now, in our little Ryuutama hub I have put together for you players, you guys can open the current town sheet. And it's going to tell you basically all of the services that you have available, the specialty goods that they sell here. Towns will purchase anything that is not their own specialty goods. So if you're looking to make a profit with your stuff there, Cass, you can do so. They will sell everything standard here except for healing herbs and goggles. And then there's a list of these special types of pets, mounts, and beasts of burden that you can purchase here. Those are the things that I was describing to you in the pen, Cass. As for the abilities that they do and stuff, they will always have the basic abilities of the mounts and the beasts of burden, but if you want to see if there's anything special, that requires refined education. And then there's also some special modifiers here, such as any wearable that you purchase in this town is going to be smelly, but it will still cost the normal price, not reduced. They will purchase things ignoring the price reduction for the smelly or makeshift tag on gear. They will pay 3 times as much for beautiful gear instead of 2 times as much. And then they also sell a couple of magical items. They sell +1 axes and light blades, and they also sell a +1 raincoat.
Wow.
So you guys can decide what you want to do here. And in terms of staying here for the night, their inn is a squalor, which means it is very uncomfortable. And if you do stay there, you won't have to make your camping check for the night, but you'll just treat it as a success. But your condition check on the next day, you're going to roll twice and take the lower result. And then you can buy normal rations here, or you can just eat food that they sell here, but the food here is disgusting. So it's going to give you a minus to your check rolls if you purchase the food here. It's cheaper to eat food than to buy rations, but you have to eat it that day instead of stockpile it up.
Wow.
Are they stocking
what a
cat
pearl
food?
we found.
Yeah, really. So, Chase, here's my question. Yes. Are there rules? Does the game allow for me to barter and I teach them how to make their food not so disgusting, and maybe we could get rations for free?
Yeah, so that would be, so you can spend a day crafting food as your cooking type. So aside from trail cooking, if you want to spend a day crafting food, you can do so. And if you want to it would probably require somebody negotiating for them to allow you to use it as a template. And then if you made good food, they could start selling it there.
I don't know if we want to spend a whole day here.
Yeah. So as for now, you guys are here like at the end of the day, so you can't really like mingle much. But if you guys want to just pass through, you can. If you guys want to stay here, you can do things such as you can try to get information from the locals. You can use their local services. You can do what you were just doing there, which you can, try to make their food better. So you can stay here and hang out. It is a town. Or you can just stay here for the night, buy your stuff in the morning, and leave. It's all up to you.
Are they interested in our town's fine goods?
They are. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Even though it's poetry and literature, they didn't seem like
They
the
kind
type.
of they think it's like jokes, but they enjoy it. They think it's very silly. They laugh at it.
Cass kind of laughs too. I don't think she really gets it either. I always thought that poem was a little funny sounding. It doesn't even rhyme. She's like laughing along with whoever she's trading with, I guess. Okay, I for one at least would like to sell these goods and buy food, buy rations, I should say, at a bare minimum. But we can deal with money off-screen, Chase. But that's like
nice.
The bare minimum of what I would like to do is I want to sell the four fine goods that we brought from our town. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cass is so proud striking this deal because her sort of something she wanted to do, but she's always been a little embarrassed to really admit openly, is like she is a farmer, but she does sort of have an ambition to maybe one day be like a merchant or something, like a traveling merchant. And so whenever she gets to dabble in it, as Yang said, and it feels successful, she is very thrilled. And this is, she gets to go down in history as the first person from Serenrith's Reach to strike a deal across the rift with a foreign civilization. So she's very excited, even though it's just a simple swap for some poetry for some rations. But a deal's a deal.
Love that.
Let's go.
Excellent. And I have been forgetting, I'm technically supposed to give you guys quests, which Malix is supposed to track as the journaler. So I guess quest sound. You guys did just gain a quest to establish negotiations with Greentail Roost. And then you guys also have a quest to investigate Lyranfall.
And quest.
And then you just got a quest from Yara Fangjar to assist with a bridge to the west, which
Where
is
all the
area
undead are.
A4.
Mm-hmm.
So investigate zombie bridge.
Yes. Investigate Zombie Bridge is A4. Establish negotiations with Greentail Roost is B4. And investigate Lyranfall is D3.
Chase, I forgot that actually for my trader ability, I do have a check. It's int plus spirit. But I don't know what the challenge is or what the number is.
Let's see here. Let me take a look at merchants because you're splashed in merchant.
I dabble.
So you just roll int plus spirit, and then your result determines how much of a bonus you get for the price change.
I'm going to go ahead and use my one fumble token and concentrate on this.
And you, as a technical type, get +2 when you concentrate.
Yes, I do. I got a 10, Chase. It's only if they both roll sixes, right? Not just double numbers.
The highest number
Okay.
or sixes.
I just got 2 4s, so I was just checking. But I got a total of 10 for my check.
Okay, so that means that you're going to sell for a 40% bonus.
Nice. Does that also apply to what I buy?
If you buy in sets of 4.
That's fine. I'm gonna need a lot of rations, so.
And that's now a standing agreement with you here until you spend a day changing it. So your initial agreement is buying or selling in sets of 4 will be a 40% bonus in either direction.
Great. All right. So she really is the first person to ever set up a trade deal with foreign civilization. I think she hits it off with this trader over their shared mocking of the poetry. And
I love that.
yeah, they warm up to each other.
And then if you want to buy trade goods here to sell elsewhere, they sell gems here, precious gems.
Are they smelly?
They are not, because they're not a wearable.
Okay.
And they are a small trade good.
Okay. I will consider.
So yeah, so at this point, I'm going to leave it to you guys to role play. You guys can choose when you want to end the day. You can choose what you want to do here. If you want to like mingle with the locals in an impactful way and like gain new quests, that would have to be spending the day here. Yeah, leave it to you guys.
Okay. Wow.
I'm just your concierge for questions at this point.
So, we've got a few possibilities here, but this is my first time here, so if we want to spend some more time here and get to know people and whatnot, I would be down for that.
You ain't never been here before? I've been here loads of times.
You have?
I'm just pulling your leg, gang.
Oh, okay.
You crossed the rift when it was open?
You just said, like, this is your first time here, as if it ain't the first time for all of us. None of us ain't never done anything like this.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Oh, but I just want to make sure that everyone's voice can be heard, that when it comes to what we do, I want to, if there's something that excites you, then please, by all means.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. As a chef, I am deeply upset at what they're eating here. I know that it's probably not the most ideal to stick around for a day, but I feel like I could really improve their lives if we stayed for a day. And then Cass, maybe you could do your trading afterwards, but honestly, what I really care about is, did you see the kids running around? They need to have, like, nutrition. They need to have something that adds meat onto their bones instead of this, like, gruel they're serving. It's watery and rancid, and I don't think they know anything about seasonings or even salt. It's bad.
So this is like a humanitarian mission now.
It's bugging me, just like a little bit.
Well, if we're gonna be sticking around, I mean, they had a whole pan of animals I ain't never seen before. I wouldn't mind terribly spending a little more time just studying them.
That's what I'm talking about.
Great. Shia?
I am here to guide. This sounds great.
Oh, come on, Shy, don't give me that. I know you want to go hunting with these Neko Goblins and see what they've got going on.
Well, yes, but anyway, we're staying.
Yeah, let's stay.
Well,
have y'all seen the rooms at the inn though?
oh, we're camping for sure, right?
Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure, and yeah, that's a good idea. I'd rather sleep in my tent, closer to Ruffle too. I don't want him to feel left out. And my Banya, oh, I still haven't named her.
Well, maybe we should talk about that later while we set up camp.
Okay.
Alright, let's get to it. I'm tired.
Okay. So you guys are going to some camp check.
Oh, I think as we're walking down, like we're coming back to camp and stuff, Cass is brainstorming how she might, like, now that Malix is going to help them learn to cook better, she's thinking maybe even in addition to studying the animals, maybe she can find a way to help this Grandma Clatterpot. Was that her name?
Yes.
And in
that is another quest.
Oh, well, in brainstorming, Cass is going to mention again to Malix, but now within hearing distance of Yang. Man, I wonder if I could figure out where to get some singing clay. I guess I should figure out what it is first. And then maybe I could find some.
That's a great idea.
Singing clay.
New quest. Bring Grandma Clatterpot singing clay.
Can I refined education the singing clay?
Yeah, you sure can.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to use my last fumble point here.
Wow.
Because Yang is particularly excited because of being able to establish this connection, feeling like his leadership style is kind of working, and so yeah, he's feeling particularly emboldened here.
That's so cool.
That is a 12.
A 12. Okay, yeah, a 12. You have heard of singing clay. It is a pretty rare material. And you know that you can find it. You can either look for it, but it's and like dig around, but it is pretty tough to find. The easiest way people typically find it is during when it's raining. If you're near singing clay, it makes kind of a melody from the ground as it magically reverberates, and you can typically dig it up. It is a magical material and can make some pretty cool things, and it is rare and expensive. But harvesting it is pretty difficult because as you're digging it up, it will start to reverberate with a noise, and you have to make the same pitch as if singing the melody along with the clay, or else it will spoil and turn to crumbled dirt. You did, as you guys were traveling, you guys kind of hit a crossroads when you were first leaving Serenus Reach. Area A5 looked like it could have potentially been a suitable location for singing clay.
That's so far away.
That's not the only place it could be. It would be in any sort of like hill type terrain, but that's the only one.
And
that
it
you've
has to
seen
be
so
hill. We
far.
can't find it outside this camp. Like Shia couldn't go hunting for it while we did our camp setup.
Shia couldn't
But
be
yeah, with his
useful.
refined education, you would feel it was very unlikely to find it in the forest.
Yeah, we'd have to go pretty far.
See you in 2 days.
Shia's just gone. I'll be back.
Shia leaves tonight and then arrives tomorrow evening, just absolutely miserable.
Covered in dirt.
Rose clay at our feet. There you go.
Found it! What'd you have to go through to get it? Don't ask!
Conditions a 1. Okay. How hard is
All
it
right,
to
camp
set up
check time. Okay, who is setting up camp? And Shia, are you hunting tonight?
Is it smart to hunt with our tenuous early negotiation?
They seem pretty friendly.
You probably, it's like you saw creatures in like the stable and stuff like the cats, but you have seen those same things like skinned around here. So
Okay.
you figure it's probably fine to hunt.
Then yes, I will go hunting.
Now your cloak and your modifiers will help with this check, Shia.
Don't forget my leaf.
Dex and int.
So you're rolling versus a 9 plus any of your bonuses.
I'm using
Elite.
a fumble point, by the way, Chase, for my camp tech.
I'm helping
camp?
too. Let me see if I help you successfully.
Oh yeah, you got so many fumble points last time, huh?
Yeah. Does a
I got a
6 help?
6, so I help, right?
You do help.
All right.
Plus 2 for you
13.
total, Alex. 13! 13 is a success. There was not any crit on the dice, right? Nope.
I would.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no, that's a crit
Katie.
fail.
Yeah, that really is.
Shia's having a
Let's
hard
see.
time.
Shia was
Remem-
clearly not made for adventuring just
Well-
at all. This is all a ruse.
Remember, Katie, how you were like, hey, won't it be a funny bit if I make a navigator who's not good at navigating?
Yeah, the
But you
dice
actually just made a
heard me.
hunter who's not good at hunting. You're great
Yeah.
at navigating. So far, not successful at hunting.
Do you remember at the start of the game where Malix was like, so do you know how to hunt everywhere or just like in our specific territory?
So this is Malix's fault, where this is, yeah.
She manifested
If we could
it.
make a clip of that, just like snip from episode 1, the foreshadowing to this, and the slow zoom on the crit fail, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, you know, we'll work on that for future. How hard do I cry?
So here's the thing. You're hunting, and the prey that you come across are some of those little cats with the jars on their head. And they look like pretty easy prey. And when you go to attack one of them grabs the jar on their head and throws it at your feet. And it explodes like a shrapnel grenade. And it really tears up your leg. So not only do you not get anything, but you're going to get injury 6 added to your statuses.
You have round reflection, which will defend against 3 of that.
So it's not damage. It is a status.
Injury what? 6?
Injury 6.
Okay.
So that means you're not affected by it tonight. And if your condition is 6 or higher tomorrow, you'll recover from it. But
You're just a little scratched up.
Shia limps back as camp's almost finished.
and you know what? I'm gonna house rule this because the round reflection does feel like it should help against such a thing. Let's reduce it to injury 4.
Such a merciful
Thank you,
and kind
Ryujin.
GM. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you.
So kind.
All right, sorry. Continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Did I
Katie.
lose hit points for this?
No,
Okay.
just gained an injury.
Just gained an injury.
I'm gonna start using that instead of taking damage. Did I lose hit points? No, I gained damage is what I did. I gained
I'm gonna use
injuries.
that in everyday life. Are you okay? I gained an injury.
Positive.
Yeah. So Shia comes limping back to camp.
Oh, Shia, you're back. Did you get anything?
Yeah. A pot in my leg. I'm going
are
to
you
bed.
okay?
I'm going to bed.
No,
to bed.
Shia.
Nope.
I heard that there's good first aid.
Is there?
They do have first aid services here.
Yeah, please. I'll and Yang is gonna offer if you want to lean on over a shoulder, he'll offer to take you in.
Shia will allow that. She's so tired of hunting going wrong.
Oh. Seems like you ran into some pretty dangerous prey tonight.
Nope. It was just, the smaller creatures with the pots on their heads too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought I had that under control. Turns out, when they throw those pots, they explode.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Uh-huh. It's okay though, because we're just gonna go get this figured out now.
Yeah. We'll get you patched up. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Such a rough time. All right, so you're going to go get some first aid treatment?
Yes.
Okay. So here's how first aid works. Now you arrive and
It's so expensive.
it is 250 gold.
Oh, I got that.
Did I get? But hey,
Shia
what
shakes
about
her
my
head.
trading? Does that help at all?
Yeah, let's see how many you sold. 4 small goods, is that right?
Yeah. So well, I'm just talking about my 40. Does 40% not apply to services?
No, it does.
Oh, okay.
So you got 560 gold for selling those.
Lovely.
Let's see. Okay. We're in B4. Let me find my first aid services here.
Yeah, and M sent me my actual total. I had miscalculated, so I have plenty. I could treat you several times. So, Shia.
Shia's like, no,
No,
I
it's
have,
okay.
No, I
okay.
I have material, and that's really
No.
expensive, and this was my fault.
Look, you're hurt. I want you to rest, please. Let them take care of you.
Right.
You deserve to rest.
Okay. Okay.
So the healer here is a very scruffy, calico cat-colored Neko Goblin with crooked whiskers, a tall pickle jar instead of the typical clay pot on their head full of pickles and herbs, and they're just wearing like a bunch of belts crisscrossed across their chest.
Aw.
Their name is Toffle Clicktail. And they say, "Come, human, come. Troubled of mind or body?"
Body. Point to her leg.
Yes, let's take care of you. And they start like doing like a weird dancing ritual with you. They take a couple pickles out of their jar and they like wave them around like sage. And they start doing some work on you. So first aid mechanically wise, you can, so this is a level 4 healer. So they will nullify your status effects for 12 hours. So the first half of tomorrow will count it. And then also you can reduce one of your statuses by 4. If it brings it to 0, it cures it all the way, or it can just make it easier to remove the next day.
Oh, I could take shock down to 6 and then just hope I get rid of all of it in one go.
And I mean, they're patching up both for now, but if the permanent reduction is up to you. So
Right.
both nullified for 12 hours,
Can
and you can reduce one by 4.
Can I throw more money at this? And
Yeah, you can, but it's for every 250 that happens.
yeah, I'll do a second one. Let's go.
Yeah, that's so much. Yeah, Shia starts protesting more than that. No, we can do just
Shia.
one. Is good.
You're hurt.
I am out of pickles.
Just out of
It'll be more
pickles.
gold.
This will get them more pickles. We're establishing diplomatic relations with healing and pickles.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The process seems a little sketchy, but you are feeling better. It doesn't look magical, like they just dance around you, and then at the end they say, they're tapped, and they eat the pickles. But you do feel better, and they did wrap up your leg in the process.
Chase,
Yes?
but don't we get a 40% discount?
No, that's only for buying items in quantities of 4 or greater.
Oh, so you lied to me earlier when I asked if it worked on services too.
Oh, I guess if you got a bundle of 4 services done.
Oh boy, don't invite
it.
that. Don't invite Yang to do that.
Like if you got 4 fortunes told.
No, we do not need.
There's a fortune teller.
Hey,
Hang
remember
on.
about the fortunes and how much
Fortune's
money
only like
you
10,
have?
10 gold, right?
That's
Wait.
the thing
Or like,
we need the
I guess it could
discount
be,
on.
in terms of services, it could also be like a group discount. Like if all 4 of you got a service done,
We could
it would give you
all-
a discount,
Oh,
right?
boy.
Have fortunes.
Okay, well, but it doesn't work on the first aid, to clarify.
If you got 4 of them, it would.
Got it. We don't need 4, Yang.
Oh man, but
I can see your face,
discount.
Matt, and the answer is no, we don't need it.
Sweet discount.
That's only
Cass
600
shows up
gold
with,
instead of
with this
1,000.
bag of coin after trading, and Yang's like, "This is burning a hole in my pocket. This is to get rid of it."
This is Yang's equivalent of, but if we get it, we don't pay shipping.
Yes.
Exactly. I don't want to lose money on this. I gotta get it now.
Yeah. Do it for the pickles.
All right, so times 2 first aid is 500 gold, and your conditions are nullified for 12 hours, and you get to reduce a total of 8.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of injury completely then. And I'm gonna take.
Get rid of injury and bring shock down to 6.
Okay.
That seems much more manageable.
Uh-huh.
Chase,
Okay.
as it gets night, I have one more thing that I want to do.
Yeah, of course.
Malix is really missing her little siblings, and she saw the younger Neko Goblins, And so she's gonna try and find where they are.
Okay. Like the little Kanoko goblins
No,
that you
like
fought?
the kids.
Oh, the kids. Yeah, okay.
Okay. And then she's going to like find a little basket in there. She's gonna scrape
Mhm.
them, find a little basket, and she's gonna cast pure crystal light under it and set it on there. And the basket is sitting on like floating on a little bowl of water. She's gonna spin it, so there's just like little lights spinning around in the room. It's like
Yeah, they all gather around it and they get like those big cat dilated eyes and just all start purring as they watch it.
she's
Really?
just gonna sit down and she's gonna hang out with them and she's just gonna spin it like a top every once in a while and tell them stories about her siblings.
Oh, I love that. Go ahead and roll me a negotiation, which is a int plus spirit.
Okay.
Crit.
Crit.
Argue for your crit. It's not gonna last next
Oh.
session.
Oh, it's only
thought
one
it was
crit
only
for the groups.
one
That's
for
yours.
the
Oh,
game.
JK. Okay, no, it was totally
Mhm.
worth it, JK.
I was one away from actually critting.
Oh, it was almost a
Oh
crit
my
though.
goodness. Okay, but 11.
Excellent. I'm gonna say that was a minor kindness that the town took note of. You can go ahead and you can take half of a trust point.
Okay.
This is a very important question. Does Malik's incite zoomies?
Oh, big
Does
time.
she? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They start like batting the thing by the end of it, and like it's going back and forth in the water, and they're getting very excited.
Right before
They
bed.
start paying less
Perfect.
attention to the stories
Yeah.
as they go
Malix
on.
definitely feels super bad about it. And then my little brother, maybe we should all settle down, you guys. Your parents are gonna be so mad.
They say boo, and they run away when you say settle down.
Malix draws a long breath before making the walk back to camp. Little leaf. The rain. Is the rain slowing down or still fast?
It's starting to slow down a little bit by the end of
The
the
rain's
night.
just pitter-pattering on her leaf as she reaches camp, stokes up the fire one more time before planting her leaf over the fire and heading into her tent. Oh, I think she's gonna go visit Yang real fast. Yang, are you asleep?
No, I'm okay. I'm good. You want to come in?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. She'll slip in, tent up behind her. Can I be honest about something?
Always.
I kinda like doing this. I like the journey. I didn't think I was going to.
Yeah.
But this is like my favorite thing I've ever done.
Yeah, I like it too.
Do you? I know you were so nervous.
Yeah. But I mean, thanks to you, I feel more like I'm choosing to do things instead of being told what to do.
The way that you like had Shia go to the doctor, I thought that was really cool. Like, you're taking care of everybody, and it came so naturally to you.
Oh, thanks. I just got worried because she was hurt.
And that's like what a real leader does. I think your dad just goes a lot with intimidation and like threatening people, making them feel bad. And I don't think that's actual leadership. I think you're kind of better than he is. So like you should think about that.
Thank you.
Because you're going to be the leader of your house someday, and you got to choose like, do you want to lead like Yang leads, or do you want to lead like your dad does? So sorry, I got preachy.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that. It was just I
No.
noticed you did a nice thing, and I thought I'd say something.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It felt good to be able to do that. And I'm sorry that we split up.
No, that's
But-
fine.
It sounded like everything went well on both of our sides. Did you get to see a lot of cool things
Oh my
and
god.
talk with Cass and
I saw that there were some weird animals. It was so cool. There was like this one like shaggy tusked beast, and it had bioluminescent moss all over its like ridge, its back ridge, and moths were gathering by it. What makes that
Wow.
happen?
I don't know.
I kind of want to like
Is it-
know, is like the moss edible? Is like the beast edible? Like what parts of that, like what did it taste like? There's so many things I don't know.
Oh, can you imagine eating food that glows though?
I want to see that happen.
We'll have to
Right?
investigate.
I
this.
want to see your teeth
Yeah.
glowing, have you a brilliant smile.
Yes.
Okay. Like, don't get me wrong, I miss home. And I miss,
Yeah.
like, my siblings and stuff. But, I don't know. This is good, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see myself doing this for a long time.
I hope we do.
As long as it's yeah. Yeah.
Also, am I kind of catching a vibe between you and Shia?
And you just kind of see Yang's cheeks flush a little bit. And he's like, "No, she was hurt. I
Sure.
got worried."
Well, I'm just saying, we're supposed to be friends, and you keep ditching me for Shia. I kind of feel like something's going on there, maybe.
Sorry, this tent is only built for one person.
built for three. All right. I'll let you sleep.
It's getting really hot in here. I'm sorry.
And with that, we zoom out on our travelers, putting up their camp just outside of this green-tail roost. A little blue and silver bird perched up on one of the trees, watching and eavesdropping on the conversation. And we'll go ahead and we'll call it a session for tonight.